The story begins with Soma Yukihira, a confident and talented teenage chef who works at his family's diner. Soma's father, Joichiro, announces closing the diner to travel the world and work on a secret project. Joichiro enrolls Soma in Totsuki Culinary Academy, one of Japan's most prestigious culinary schools. There Soma meets Erina Nakiri, the granddaughter of the academy's director and a renowned culinary prodigy. Erina is known for her god tongue, which allows her to taste even the smallest imperfections in food. Soma challenges Erina to a cooking competition and wins by making a dish that overpowers her god tongue. Then Soma makes friends with Megumi Tadokura, a shy and insecure girl who struggles to keep up with the academy's rigorous standards. Soma and Megumi team up for a cooking challenge and face off against Satoshi Ishiki, a skilled and laid-back chef who never takes anything seriously. Soma and Megumi lose the competition, but learn valuable lessons about teamwork and creativity. Soma's next challenge is to cook for the Academy's Madonna, a beautiful and aloof girl named Alice Nakiri. Alice is Erina's cousin and a culinary genius in her own right. Soma impresses Alice with his creativity and unconventional techniques, but still has much to learn about fine dining. Soma's class is assigned to cook for the Academy's annual autumn election, a prestigious competition that determines the school's top chefs. Soma clashes with his rival, Akira Hayama, a brilliant chef who specializes in spices and aromas. Soma also catches the attention of Hisako Arato, Erina's loyal assistant who is fiercely protective of her boss. Soma takes on another challenge from the Academy's administration, this time to cook a dish featuring a notoriously difficult ingredient, beef. Soma's dish impresses the judges, but his victory is overshadowed by the arrival of Nikumi Aldini, a skilled butcher who challenges Soma to a cooking duel. Soma also faces off against Alice's sinister and manipulative cousin, Ryo Kurokiba, in a cooking battle featuring eel. Soma wins the match by incorporating a secret ingredient, but Ryo vows to get his revenge in the future. Soma, Megumi, and Satoshi team up to create a new dish for the autumn election. Their dish, a curry called transforming furikake gohan, impresses the judges and earns them a spot in the competition. Soma and his classmates travel to the mountains to gather ingredients for the autumn election. Soma learns more about Megumi's backstory and helps her overcome her insecurities. The autumn election begins, with Soma and the other contestants facing off in a cooking battle to determine who will make it to the next round. Soma and Alice compete against each other. Soma also faces off against the mysterious and charismatic chef, Kojiro Shinomiya, in the autumn election. Soma's dish, a reinvented version of a classic French dish, impresses the judges and secures his spot in the next round. Soma faces his toughest challenge yet in the autumn election, competing against Akira Hayama in a curry dish showdown. Soma's dish, a spicy and complex curry, wins the judges over and earns him a spot in the finals. Soma prepares for the final round of the autumn election, where he will face off against his toughest competition yet, his childhood friend and rival, Takumi Aldini. Soma and Takumi must create a dish featuring eggs, and Soma's innovative take on a classic Japanese breakfast dish earns him the victory and the title of the top chef in his class. Soma and the other winners of the autumn election are invited to participate in a training camp at a resort. The students are challenged to cook for a group of VIPs, including the Academy's alumni and sponsors. Soma learns more about the dark side of the culinary industry and the pressure that comes with being a professional chef. Soma and his classmates participate in a tournament-style cooking competition called the Moon Festival. Soma faces off against Alice's sous chef, Akira, in a dish featuring shrimp. Soma's dish, a shrimp with a spicy twist, wins the match. Soma and his friends continue to compete in the Moon Festival. Megumi faces off against Ryo Kurokiba, who has become even more ruthless and cutthroat since their last match. Megumi's dish, a hearty and comforting hot pot, wins the match and impresses the judges. Soma faces off against Hisako's mentor, Kojiro Shinomiya, in a match featuring vegetables. Soma's dish, a colorful and flavorful vegetable dish, impresses the judges and earns him victory. Soma faces off against Alice in a match featuring bento boxes. Soma's bento, which incorporates a secret ingredient he discovered while exploring the forest, wins the match. Soma and his friends continue to compete in the Moon Festival. Soma faces off against the Academy's top-ranked chef, Etsuya Aizen, in a match featuring fried chicken. Soma's dish, a crispy and flavorful chicken, wins the match and earns him the admiration of his fellow students. Soma and his classmates face off in the quarter-finals of the Moon Festival. Soma's match against Alice is interrupted by the arrival of the sinister and powerful Central, a group of chefs who seek to dominate the academy and impose their own culinary ideals. Soma and his friends face off against the members of Central in the semi-finals of the Moon Festival. Soma's match against Central's top-ranked chef, Rindo Kobayashi, becomes a chaotic and unpredictable battle of creativity and skill. Soma faces off against Kuga in the semi-finals of the Moon Festival, with the winner advancing to the finals. Soma's dish, a savory and complex umami-filled dish, wins the match and secures his spot in the finals. Soma faces off against his childhood friend and rival, Takumi, in the finals of the Moon Festival. The two friends must create a dish featuring salmon, and Takumi's dish, a creative and complex take on Italian cuisine, impresses the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his classmates are assigned to work in various restaurants around Japan as part of their training. Soma is assigned to work at a French restaurant run by a former student of Totsuki Academy, and must overcome the challenges of working in a foreign cuisine. Soma and his classmates participate in a training camp in Hokkaido, where they must learn to cook in extreme cold weather conditions. Soma faces off against his toughest challenge yet, a veteran chef named Mimasaka, in a match where they must replicate each other's dishes perfectly. Soma and his friends return to Totsuki Academy to find that Central has taken over the school and is imposing its strict culinary ideals. The members of Central, known as the Elite 10, challenge Soma and the other rebels to a shokugeki, or a cooking duel, to determine the fate of the academy. Soma and his friends face off against the members of Central in the shokugeki. Soma's match against the Elite 10's 6th seed, Nene Kinokuni, becomes a battle of traditional Japanese cuisine versus Soma's creative and unconventional style. Soma and his friends continue to challenge the Elite 10 in shokugeki duels. Megumi faces off against the Elite 10's 5th seed, Kuga, in a match featuring Chinese cuisine. Soma and his friends continue to challenge the Elite 10 in shokugeki duels. Soma faces off against the Elite 10's 3rd seed, Akira Hayama, in a match featuring curry dishes. Soma and his friends continue to challenge the Elite 10 in shokugeki duels. Soma's match against the Elite 10's 2nd seed, Aishi Tsukasa, becomes a battle of haute cuisine and artistic expression. Soma and his friends continue to challenge the Elite 10 in shokugeki duels. Soma faces off against the Elite 10's 1st seed, the enigmatic and talented Saito Sume, in a match featuring Japanese cuisine. Soma and his friends continue to challenge the Elite 10 in shokugeki duels. Soma faces off against the Elite 10's 4th seed, the eccentric and wild-haired Kojiro Shinomiya, in a match featuring French cuisine. Soma and his friends continue to challenge the Elite 10 in shokugeki duels. Megumi faces off against the Elite 10's 7th seed, Rindo Kobayashi, in a match featuring Japanese regional cuisine. Megumi's unique and heartfelt approach to the dish impresses Rindo, who declares her the winner. Soma and his friends prepare for the final showdown against Central, with the fate of Totsuki Academy at stake. Soma and Erina work together to create a dish that combines Soma's creative flair with Erina's refined culinary skills. Soma and his friends face off against the members of Central in the final shokugeki duels. Takumi faces off against the Elite 10's 4th seed, Momo Akanegakubo, in a match featuring a Japanese Western fusion dish. Soma and his friends face off against the members of Central in the final shokugeki duels. Ishiki faces off against the Elite 10's 8th seed, Taranori Kuga, in a match featuring a unique and flavorful combination of spices. Soma and his friends face off against the members of Central in the final shokugeki duels. Soma faces off against the Elite 10's 1st seed, Saito Sume, in a match featuring a dish that reflects Soma's growth as a chef. Soma and his friends emerge victorious in the final shokugeki duels, and Central is disbanded. However, Soma's father, Joichiro, reveals that he has been summoned to participate in a cooking competition against the world's top chefs. Soma and his friends return to Totsuki Academy to find that the school is undergoing major changes. Erina is now the headmaster, and Soma and his friends must work together to protect the academy from outside threats. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking competition to create the ultimate soup dish. Soma's creative take on a classic Japanese soup wins the competition and impresses the judges. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking competition to create the ultimate rice dish. Soma's dish, which combines rice and seafood, impresses the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking competition to create the ultimate dish for a graduation ceremony. Soma's dish, which reflects his experiences and growth at Totsuki Academy, earns him the victory and brings the competition to an emotional close. Soma and his friends are tasked with investigating a suspicious food company that is suspected of using unethical practices. They uncover a shocking secret behind the company's success and must find a way to expose the truth. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking competition to create the ultimate dish for a wedding. Soma's dish, which reflects his unique culinary style and personal experiences, impresses the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his friends face off against a new rival school, led by the arrogant and talented Asahi Seiba. Asahi challenges Soma to a Shokugeki duel, and Soma accepts. Soma prepares for his upcoming Shokugeki duel against Asahi. Meanwhile, Erina discovers a mysterious connection between Asahi and her past. Soma and Asahi face off in a Shokugeki duel, with the theme of creating the ultimate curry dish. Asahi reveals his impressive culinary skills, but Soma's unique approach to the dish wins over the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his friends continue to investigate the mysterious connection between Asahi and Erina's past. They discover that Asahi was once a student at Totsuki Academy and had a close relationship with Erina's mother, who was also a talented chef. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking internship program, where they work in different restaurants to gain experience and improve their skills. Soma learns valuable lessons from his internship at a high-end French restaurant. Soma and his friends return to Totsuki Academy, where they face off against the Elite 10 in a series of Shokugeki duels. Soma faces off against the Elite 10's 6th seed, Nene Kinokuni, in a match featuring a Chinese-inspired dish. Soma and his friends continue their battles against the Elite 10. Soma faces off against the Elite 10's 2nd seed, Eishi Tsukasa, in a match featuring a dish that reflects Soma's growth as a chef. Soma and his friends return to Totsuki Academy, where they are tasked with preparing a dish for the Blue Competition, the ultimate culinary competition in the world. Soma prepares a dish featuring an unusual ingredient that impresses the judges. Soma and his friends continue to prepare for the Blue Competition, while dealing with the fallout from their battles against the Elite 10. They must also contend with a new threat, the sinister noir organization. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking competition to create the ultimate dish featuring umami, the savory fifth taste. Soma's dish, which combines Japanese and French cuisine, impresses the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking competition to create the ultimate dish featuring a mystery ingredient. Soma's creative approach to the challenge impresses the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his friends are tasked with preparing a dish that reflects their personal growth and experiences. Soma's dish, which features flavors from his hometown and his experiences at Totsuki Academy, impresses the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking competition to create the ultimate salmon dish. Soma's dish, which features a unique combination of flavors and techniques, impresses the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his friends participate in a cooking competition to create the ultimate soul food dish. Soma's dish, which features flavors from his childhood and his experiences at Totsuki Academy, impresses the judges and earns him the victory. Soma and his friends continue to prepare for the Blue Competition, with the help of some unexpected allies. They must also face off against a new group of challengers, the WGO, who seek to dominate the culinary world. Soma and his friends participate in the Blue Competition, where they face off against the top chefs from around the world. Soma faces off against the WGO's top chef, Seiba Asahi, in a match featuring a dish that reflects their personal ideals and philosophies. Soma and his friends continue to battle their way through the Blue Competition, facing off against tough opponents and encountering unexpected twists and turns. They also learn more about the history and legacy of the competition. Soma and his friends make it to the final round of the Blue Competition, where they must face off against a team of talented chefs from a prestigious culinary school in France. They must also contend with the manipulations of the Noir organization, who seek to sabotage their chances of victory. Soma and his friends give it their all in the final round of the blue competition, showcasing their unique culinary skills and teamwork. They ultimately emerge victorious, cementing their place as the top young chefs in the world. Thanks for watching Food Wars. This anime celebrates the power of food and the joy of cooking with intense battles and mouth-watering dishes. Let it inspire you to explore new flavors and cuisines and create your own delicious masterpiece.